Good morning, friends. Today is Friday, June 10th, 2022, and in today's video, I would like to give you a quick update regarding Lyudmila Denisova, who up until just about a week ago used to be an ombudsman to the Human Rights Watch of the UN, appointed by the Verkhovna Rada. And if you will remember, when I made a video about her, I told you that she was fired. Well, what Lyudmila Denisova did in the meantime was give several interviews. But before I go on, please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. So really quickly, let me refresh your memory as to what happened. Lyudmila Denisova has been appointed as an ombudsman to the UN's Human Rights Watch by Ukraine's parliament called Verkhovna Rada in 2019. And in May of 2022, which is just 10 days ago, on the 31st of May, as a matter of fact, the same legislative body that elected her, voted overwhelmingly to fire her from her job. Some of the reasons they listed was basically failing to perform her duties as the UN ombudsman and for lying. Since that happened, Lyudmila was giving several interviews to Ukrainian media. She might have given an interview to Western media if she did. I'm not aware of it, but if you happen to know of it, please feel free to drop a link below in a comment section. I would love to watch what she has to say for herself. Anyways, but she was making rounds in the Ukrainian media, giving interviews, and I found this little gem where she basically goes on record, not only admitting that she was lying, but saying why she was lying. And the reason I think it's important is because by looking at the Lyudmila Denisova story, it's a little microcosm, little snapshot of how Ukrainian propaganda functions in general, what their motivations are for lying in general. So let me just read you from this article. It's written in Russian. Here I have it in front of me. It's in Russian. And I wasn't able to translate it into English. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to translate it to you as I'm reading it. So the headline says, "Maybe I exaggerated. Denisova explains the use of unethical language when describing sexual assaults of Ukrainians by the occupiers." Please note that the article doesn't say that she was lying. It says unethical language. And unethical language is one of those vague propagandist terms, which means absolutely nothing. This language is used to obfuscate and make it difficult to see the truth. But I would like to cut right across all this bullshit and tell you that basically she was lying. The article goes on to quote her directly. And so what she said in this interview was, again, this is a direct quote right here. I'm going to highlight it right there. And so what Denisova said is the following. This is her quote. "I was trying to prove, and people working in the media will agree with me, why I felt it was necessary to talk about war crimes. Because when I was giving a speech in front of an Italian parliament and their Committee of International Affairs, I saw and heard fatigue about Ukraine. Do you understand? I was telling of terrible things in order to push them so they would understand and make decisions which Ukraine and Ukraine's people needed. In other words, what she's saying here is that she was lying in order to manipulate Italian politicians. In this specific instance, she's referring to Italian politicians in order to get help to Ukraine and Ukraine's people. I don't know about you, my dear viewers, but I personally believe that if you're doing something unethical in order to achieve a greater good, then you're still doing something unethical. Lying as a means to an end is still lying, no matter what. And the consequences of lying are still the consequences of lying, which is, as I said in the video that I made about this, and I think it's one of the most profound ones, is that people that you lied to will no longer trust you. And because of the lies that you tell, people may act on those lies. And specifically to the Ukraine and Russia conflict, I would argue that telling horrible lies about Russian soldiers and how badly they treat Ukrainian civilians gives an excuse for Ukrainian soldiers to dehumanize Russians, right? Whom they already have to dehumanize just in order to, shoot at them. Okay, so then if any of the Russian soldiers happen to be captured by the Ukrainian army and their treatment at the hands of the Ukrainian army can be influenced by some of these lies that Lyudmila Denisova said. I will see you in the next one. Bye.